Are we dead yet?
I think we died and went to heaven. Oh my gosh. Holy shit.
Welcome to another review from Hobbs Horror. This is a special review. It is for your sci-fi review. This is the first one that I'm going to review off of this 50 Horror Classics set. Now, I've already reviewed probably maybe 10 or 15 of these, so I won't be redoing those, but this is the first time I brought the set out to review. I absolutely love this set. There's a lot of good ones on here, like the Phantom of the Opera and Nosferatu. But that's not why we're here today. I've been offered plans to go do other things today. I could have even done some Halloween shopping today. But I said, you know what? I'm going to stay home and do something different. This review goes out to Half Cheatable View and Mr. Bones for the enthusiasm from my latest unboxing that I sent to Bones. I've canceled all of my plans for the day and told all of my friends that I had things to do with. I'm staying home and I'm reviewing The Killer Shrews. You heard me correctly. The Killer Shrews. 1959 film. 1 hour and 9 minutes. It gets a 4.3 on IMDb. The Killer Shrews. Directed by Ray Kellogg. That's right, Ray Kellogg. James Best is the most notable actor, as it goes by Thorne Sherman. What happens is him and his buddy are making a delivery to this remote island. And on this remote island, they meet up with a doctor, the doctor's daughter, and a couple understudies there as they are conducting some experiments. But they aren't aware of that when they make the delivery. Well, just so happens to happen when they get there for the delivery, there is a hurricane coming. So they can't leave, they're not going to leave, so the doctor forces them, the scientist forces them, doctor/scientist, to stay with them at this little remote home. Now, as they're there for the first night, they're getting obliterated, they're drinking martinis and getting drunk as they possibly could be, which was funny at one point. But then they start to notice there's some weird things going on. Thorne starts to notice there's some weird shit going on in this place. And he learns that the scientist is trying to make some type of a concoction that will make humans slightly smaller and animals slightly smaller to cut down on the population. Now, I can't confirm that this is for humans because there's two different types of IMDb readings that I've seen, so I'm going to go with the animals to cut down the population, which is kind of a silly idea. So the reason being is all of a sudden animals are being turned up missing because there are these creatures out there that are eating up all of the smaller population called the Killer Shrews. And the Killer Shrews are eating all the smaller population, and they are giant rats. Now, how did these get there? Well, because of an accident. Spoiler alert. As the scientist made some type of a weird error and made these into much bigger rats, like the size of like coonhounds. Because that's what played the Killer Shrews were coonhounds. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I actually seen one on my property. Anyhow, so now they are being kind of cornered into this house by the Killer Shrews, giant rats, hybrid rats / animals, and they're safe from the ground because they can't go to the lower part of the building, but they can go through the walls because the walls aren't made, you know, safely. So they basically have to board up the walls, which doesn't work. People are being killed and bitten in the basement. When you get bitten, you're pretty much a goner by a killer shrew. So, spoiler alert, they decide to go out and put these barrels over themselves and to duck walk to the ocean with the barrels on top of them to get away from the shrews, which I thought was hysterical but clever in the same token. Something I probably would try to do. Overall, it was fun to watch. I didn't find it to be boring. For an hour and 9 minutes, it wasn't too hateful. I recall watching this a long time ago, but not being very interested. A couple notable things. I don't know how these people kept it together on this movie. Because imagine animals coming after you, puppies or dogs, attacking you, and you're not laughing, or just some of the things. Now, one of the actors invested the full financing for this film of $125,000. Now, it tripled its gross. So it made about $500,000 overall on the film, but even some of the actors couldn't keep it together. I mean, I just asked, how could they? I guess the character that played Thorn, he was laughing during some of the scenes uncontrollably because they were dogs, and he knew it. But overall, the acting was still really damn good for a comedical type film. But yeah, so we're gonna give this one a 3.5 out of 5 on the Boglin scale. Shout out to Cheetah and Bones, who created this memory for me to watch The Killer Shrews. Now, there was a reboot, supposedly a return of The Killer Shrews in 2012. That is unconfirmed by me. If you know that, let me know in the comments. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on The Killer Shrews. Bad, good, did you like it? Does it suck? Catch up with you later. Peace. Or if you just want to make jokes, you can do that too.
This is Halloween.
But the pandemic out, man, still a Halloween with a big flag on me looking like a trick-or-treat. Before the pandemic, I was masked up like Halloween with a big bag on me looking like I trick-or-treat. I'm lit like Christmas Eve, rolling up a Christmas tree. Say he won't smoke till his head leaking antifreeze. Before the pandemic, I was masked up like Halloween with a big bag on me looking like I trick-or-treat. I'm lit like Christmas Eve, rolling up a Christmas tree. Say he won't smoke till his head leaking antifreeze. Big bag, big money, let the pay talk. I'm riding in a foreign.